Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in with me. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in with me this week. Hope everybody's doing well. Just want to do a weekly review today. Today is going to be a weekly review. All right. So all we're going to need today is our papers, our notebook. Please, everybody, find your papers or notebook that we've been using all week. Okay, this is open to all ages, all classes. All right, so all we're going to do today is just a weekly review of all our movement, exercise, breathing activities that we were learning this week. Okay, so every week we're going to learn new exercises, movements, breathing for each letter. And then on Fridays, we're going to be reviewing our exercises for the week. All right, so I have my green notebook I've been using. Everybody, if you can find your notebook, please find your notebook. Okay, so we have our different exercises. So I actually have one for each level. All right, so we're going to just review together. So remember, we can keep our notebooks, and every day we're going to be learning different exercises, movements, breathing, putting them in our notebook for each letter. And then this way, when we get through our whole alphabet, this whole notebook is going to be filled with different exercises, breathings. We're going to have almost 100 different exercises and breathings and movements in here that we can use whenever we feel tired or stressed out or upset or it's hard to focus. We can use these as breaks. All right, so what we're going to do today is just review our exercises, movements, and breathings, okay, our breaks. All right, so on Monday, our first day Monday, we did our letter A. Okay, so remember our letter A, first we drew it in the air. We started pointing all the way up to the top, and we went down, back to the top, down, and we went across. Then with our other hand, can everyone at home, how did we make our letter A? We pointed to the top, we went down, back to the top, down, and we went across our letter A. Okay, our exercises for A was first, you could follow along with your paper. If you don't have your paper, does anyone remember our first one for A was our ant obstacle course. So remember, we needed 2 pillows. Okay, so does everyone have 2 pillows? Can everyone find 2 pillows? Right? We talked about using our muscles to slam those pillows. Really good way to exercise our body is to slam those pillows. Okay? We can also squeeze our pillows. Squeeze our pillows. Squeeze with our hands. Squeeze across with our hands. Try to touch our hands in the pillow. Squeeze. Right? We could try to squeeze that pillow. Okay, squeeze like this, right? Or we can slam. All right, our ant obstacle course, just like an ant is so strong, we hold our pillow over our head, and then wherever we are, inside, outside, kitchen, living room, we see what we can climb over, what we can turn into an obstacle course. So for me, I have my couch. I'm climbing on my couch. Maybe I'm jumping over my other pillow, right? We make our ant obstacle course. It just means that wherever we are, we find somewhere to move. We climb over something. We can go sideways. We can go backwards. Right? We find somewhere to move until we get to our final place. We put our foot down. Then we go back, same way we came. So we have to go sideways again, jump back over. Maybe we go back on the couch until we get to our back to our first place that we started. Grab our second piece of food, up over the head, and obstacle course, right? When we hold it over our head, we're using our legs, using our body. And obstacle course just means wherever you are, you find somewhere to obstacle course. somewhere to climb, somewhere to move, no matter where you are. Okay? Until we get to our final place and we put our food down. But then, once we finish our ant obstacle course, we remember this is the wrong food. So we pick it back up and now we move in reverse. Every single place we went, now we go backwards. Backwards. So this is something we can do anywhere, inside, outside, just careful, right? Make sure you're careful. Remember, I can't see what anybody is doing, so make sure you are careful in whatever you do. Okay, and our last piece, we sprint. Pick up our last piece, and again, in reverse, backwards. Right, so our ant obstacle course just means no matter where we are, we can pick something up over our head and see if we can get it across an obstacle course. All right, good job. How is everybody feeling so far? Good? So that's our ant obstacle course. Okay, if we keep going, the next one that we did for A is our arrow exercises. So arrow exercises is a real easy one because we can do it anywhere. All we need to do is draw an arrow on a piece of paper, and we can do this with a parent, with a friend, with a brother, sister. Our arrow exercise is just a fun game for two people to play together or more. One person holds the arrow and points directions. We can point one direction at a time, or we can point two, or we can point three, okay, or more. So can someone remind me, what do we do when the arrow says up? When the arrow says up, we jump up. The arrow's to the side, to the other side. If our arrow is down, what do we do if the arrow is down? We touch the ground. Okay? So our arrow exercises tell us where to go. Okay? We can also do it with our pillow. So with our pillow, we can have a direction and move that pillow in that direction. Okay? We can also try to move that pillow without moving our head, and this way we're doing eye exercises with it also. So we could practice moving it and following with our eyes. Okay, good eye exercise, right? Okay, then we could put our pillows away. So again, we can get some energy out by slamming those pillows. Right? Get some energy out by slamming those pillows. Okay, and we can put our pillows away. All right. Okay, so our A exercises that we learned on Monday, we did our ant, we did our arrow, then we learned our airplane. All right, so does anyone remember what airplane looks like? What did we do for our airplane exercises? What was our airplane? So our airplane exercises, we lay on the floor. Airplane exercises, we lay on the floor. And then we lift our arms, lift our legs, and we hold it like an airplane. So it's a really good stretch for our muscles and our back. The same muscles that keep us up, standing straight. Our airplane stretch, we can hold for 10, and we count together, or we can hold for 15, or we can even hold for 20. You can turn your airplane when you fly your airplane. You can flap your wings to fly. Right? So we have our airplane stretch. And actually, we didn't write it down, but for A, we also learned an alligator crawl. Okay, so remember our alligator crawl, we're also on the floor, on our belly. And alligators have very short arms very short legs. So our alligator crawl, we move our arms. It's almost like an army crawl, right? We move our arms, move our legs, and we crawl. So if you don't have space, you could just crawl right in one spot. If you have space, you can alligator crawl all the way around your room. All right? That's our alligator crawl. Right. Okay. All right. Beautiful. That's our letter A's. Okay, so letter A, we did ant obstacle course, arrow exercises, we did our airplane stretch, and we did an alligator crawl. Okay, then we can turn our page. And we found B. Okay, B, we had 3 different ones that we did. And remember, we did some crafts with our hands too. These are just our movement and exercise breaks. Okay, so B, we had bear. Bear was for our bear walk. So, who remembers how we did a bear? How we did a bear walk? First of all, our bear, a nice loud roar, wake us all up. Our bear says, roar. Nice loud roar. Our bear says, roar. All right, our bear walk. We get our hands down. Our legs are straight. Our bear walk. We just walk with our hands and feet at the same time. Okay, if we don't have room to move, then our bear walk, we can just do right in one spot. Just bringing opposite hands and feet up and back. Our bear walk. Okay, beautiful. Okay, next for our B, we learned 2 breaths, our balloon breath and our bumblebee breath. So we sat in a butterfly position when we were practicing. We sat in a butterfly like this. Okay, and then our balloon breath was a belly breath. So for our balloon breath, and remember, you can sit however you're comfortable. Our balloon breath, we had our hands on our belly, and we're thinking of our belly like a balloon. So we breathe into that belly, feel the balloon get bigger, and then we blow all the air out so that balloon can deflate. Breathe in so that balloon gets bigger, and breathe out so the balloon can deflate. Okay, one more. Breathe in so that balloon gets bigger, and breathe out so that balloon can deflate. Okay, then we practice our bumblebee breath. So our bumblebee breath, that's where we breathe into our nose, and when we're breathing out, we make that humming sound, right? So who remembers how we made our bumblebee breath? What was the sound we made for our bumblebee breath? What did it sound like? Our bumblebee breath sounded like this. So our mouth is closed. We're making that humming sound. So the good thing about our bumblebee breath is when we close our eyes and we close our ears, it feels even different. So try. So let's close our eyes, close our ears. Let's try our bumblebee breath. So we breathe in, and we make that humming sound, close our eyes and ears. So, whoa. So with that humming sound with our eyes and ears closed, we don't see anything, we don't hear anything, and we can't even think of anything because that humming sound is a vibrating sound for our whole face. Okay, so when we're doing that, we're not thinking about anything else. We're totally focusing and centering on ourselves. So it's a really good calming and refocusing breath, right? So we'll try one more time. So we breathe in, and parents, you can try this at home too. So we breathe in, And close our eyes, close our ears, and hum. Okay, so it's a really nice breath just to re-get our focus and not think about anything else because we're not seeing or hearing or thinking about anything else. We're just feeling that vibrating feeling. Okay, let's keep going. So that's our B. And remember, we drew our B, pointing our pointing finger up, and we go down, and we have a little curve and a little curve. And with our other hand, we point up, we go down, we have a little curve and a little curve. Okay? And we turn the page, we come to our C, one of my favorite ones, C. Okay, so we have some good exercises for C. Who remembers our C exercises? Okay, so first, we can draw our letter C. So we point up with our pointing finger, we go around for that letter C. Same thing with the other hand. Go up for that pointing finger, around for our letter C. Okay? So our first one in C was our crab. So who remembers how do we do our crab? Remember, we did a warm-up for our crab by doing our crab with our hands, but also practicing back and forth. How fast can you go? Fast, 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 fast to the side. Back inside. Outside. And practice that coordination, that planning. Okay? Our crab, we sit on our bottom, and we put our hands into the floor, push our feet into the floor, and we push our bodies up. So, do we do our crab like this? Or do we push all the way up? So we push all the way up, right? We push into our feet, push into our bottoms until we're flat like a table, right? When we're flat like a table, that's our crab walk. So we can walk forward, we can walk backwards, we can walk sideways, we can walk the other side, we can do a crab dance, crab dance, crab dance. Okay, that's our crab walk. All right, good job. All right, next we have our caterpillar. So our caterpillar crawl, we start in our bear walk position. And for our caterpillar crawl, we just have to remember that we're doing two separate movements. So one is we walk our arms, and then two is we walk our legs. You don't have much space, you can just do it just right back and forth. Walking those arms and walking those legs. Okay? If you have space, you can caterpillar crawl all around. And some people call this the inchworm too. All right, good job. So a caterpillar. Then we move to our cat-cow. So our cat-cow is a breathing exercise. Right, so we come to the floor. Okay, for a cat-cow, we breathe when we do our cat. We breathe out. We breathe out when we do our cat. We breathe in for our cow. So our cow, we breathe in. And then our cat, we breathe out. Okay, so our cow looks like this. Moo. And our cat, meow. Our cow, moo. And our cat, meow. Okay. So we breathe in. And we breathe out. We breathe in. And we breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Whew, that's a nice one. That feels good. All right. That is our cat's cow. All right. That's our letter C. Okay. Then we keep going. One more. Yesterday, we learned our letter D. Okay. So remember our D. We draw it in the air. We take our pointing finger up. We draw it down. Our D. With our other hand, our D. Okay. Our D exercises. Our first one was our duck walk. Okay. Who remembers how we did our duck walk? Okay. Our duck walk. Quack, 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 quack. We come down to the ground. Our duck walk, we can leave our hands on our sides. Remember, our knees are coming so close to the ground, but they're not coming on the ground. Our duck walk looks like this. Duck walk. So can everyone duck walk at home? Duck walk. Duck walk. Okay. Whew. Okay, next we have our donkey kicks. Okay, so remember, for our donkey kicks, we want to be very careful. We're pushing on our hands. So when we're pushing on our hands, we want to make sure we're not going too high that we flip over, and we're holding ourselves up so we don't fall on our face. Okay, so our donkey kicks, we can either just stand right here and just jump a little, practice jumping on one foot, jumping on another foot, jumping with both feet. If you could get your feet up, you can practice kicking with one foot, kicking with the other foot, or see if you can kick with both feet. And that's our donkey kick. Okay, remember, we can always combine animal walks and exercises. We can always add a step to jump or to spin. We can always add a multitasking thinking by doing a category, thinking of something to say, either numbers or names, colors, okay, food. All right, and then we come to our last one, our dandelion breath. So, if you remember, we get to make our dandelion flower, and we use this flower to practice our dandelion breath by doing a deep breath in, smell that flower, and then when we blow out, see if you can blow all the dandelion pieces. Okay, so we can practice again. Deep breath in, and blow all those dandelion pieces. Okay, one more. Deep breath in, and blow all those dandelion pieces. Okay, perfect. All right, and that brings us to our last one in our letter D, and our final exercise that we learned this week. Beautiful. All right, everybody. So that's our weekly review. If you missed any of the actual classes, you can always check them out. We have A, B, C, and D up so far. So next week will be E, F, G, and H. Okay, we're going to have daily exercises, and they'll be at different levels. So tune in, check them out. Okay, remember, these are exercises that we can use as movement breaks, breathing breaks, brain breaks throughout the day whenever we need them, especially if we're sitting inside and we need those breaks. Okay, so check them out. Hope that they help. And remember, everything we're learning is educational, fun activities, but everything needs to be done carefully and at your own risk. So since I'm not able to see what anybody's doing, make sure that you are safe, careful, look out for your children and your brothers and sisters and your family. Be careful with everything that you're doing, okay? Consult with your doctor or primary care physician, healthcare provider if you need to. before doing our classes. Make sure everything you do is safe and have fun. All right. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all again next week. Have a beautiful weekend. Hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and stay tuned today for some special videos coming very soon. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.